Hello, Madam Maria. My name is Kelvin Yang.
Hello, Madam Maria. My name is Mohamad Azam.
Hello, Madam Maria. My name is TENG. We are from class PPR-BMM1, and we are going to discuss a little about environmental issues. Hello, Kelvin and Azam. It has been such a long time since I've last met the both of you.
Hi, Teng. Hello.
Hello, Teng. It's such a pleasure to see you after a long time.
Indeed, Azam, it has been such a long time. Hey, I wish to ask the both of you, Kelvin and Azam, have you been reading the newspaper lately? As it happens, I have read about a case of river pollution in the newspaper yesterday.
Uh, I think I know which case you are talking about. Was it the river pollution case that happened at River Semat in Perak? To my knowledge, the pollution happened because of uncontrolled deforest, deforestation in the area to make room for durian plantation. In addition, cases of water pollution occur as a result of the widespread planting of oil palm trees and the excessive use of chemical fertilizer. This kind of pollution happens in Malaysia often because our country is one of the largest palm oil producers in the whole wide world.
Oh, I have also read about the article. The small holding palm oil tree farmers are encroaching onto the riverbed to maximize the available land for plantation. This has inadvertently caused the riverbed to be insecure. As a result, this leaves the riverbed vulnerable to erosion from the elements causing river pollution. The situation only worsens as the government has been unwilling to take stern legal action against the palm oil tree farmers. The article also mentions that when the government wants to take over land just to create a reserve, by right there is no need for compensation. However, the government is insistent on making the small farmers pay compensation for uprooting the offending trees. The insistence had the opposite effect of discouraging the small-holding farmers from removing the offending trees, as the action is of significant detriment to their livelihood.
Exactly, Kelvin and Azam. The excessive logging of trees by the riverside has led to the disintegration of existing river buffers. The river buffers, previously held together by the extensive and sturdy root systems of the trees by the riverside, has fostered a mini habitat for all the living creatures in the area. This in turn has led to the erosion of soil following the occurrence of rain in the area, which end up flowing into the river. As a result, the once clear river has now turned into murky river. The locals who once lived in the forest even compared the murky river water to milk tea. The murky water has impacted the local ecosystem drastically. That includes marine life, insectoid, birds, and animals. Among them, the ikan kela, also known as the Masian fish, an endangered species, were also forced out of their habitat. Locals who live nearby the river were simultaneously highly dependent on the health of the river and the forests are now heavily affected. This is because the locals' livelihood is heavily entwined and entangled with the health of the river and the forest itself. Now, following the changes to the ecosystem and the disappearance of animals and marine life, it has made it so that the locals are now unable to properly poach or hunt as well as catch their own protein. This in turn shall deny them a major source of food.
Thank. Talk about water pollution. It reminds me of the other cases at Kim Kim River in Johor. Uh, the, the pollution at Kim Kim incidents at Kim Kim River in Johor started on 7 March 2019 after several students and canteen workers from two schools near the river began to fall ill and complaining of breathing difficulties. Both schools were ordered to shut down and all the victims were sent to Sultan Ismail Hospital while investigations were being carried out by state health authorities over the cause. As we know, if the river is being polluted, it will affect people's health. This is because human use water uh, very frequently in their daily life. Um, Beside that, uh, uh, talk about the case again. Some of the students brought to the hospital were already fainted and with symptoms such as vomiting. Those who were not seriously affected were given outpatient treatment and allowed to return home. During recovery, some of the seriously affected victims shared their experience of suddenly being ill after inhaling unpleasant odor in their school compound. The number of victims hospitalized over the toxic fumes rose from 76 on the following day. On 9 March 2019, five police reports have been made on the issue, with police began investigating the case. So we can see that uh, pollution give a huge impact, give a huge negative impact to the human.
Hmm, that is sad news, Azam. Uh, hey guys, do not forget, pollution does not just occur in the form of water pollution. Just to mention a few forms of pollution I am aware of, like land, sound, odor, air, and many more types of pollution also exist. Without a shadow of doubt, any forms of pollution are harmful to the environment. Their effect on the environment and other living beings are not to be overlooked or under, underestimated. As the both of you have mentioned before, environmental issues can bring hug impact to both nature and humankind alike. Hence, why this issue should be taken seriously.
So we already talked about the effect uh, to humans' life, right? So may I start to talk about the factors that causes this pollution? So in my opinion, human activity is one of the factors that causes this type of pollution. Um, this is because human population growth increasingly in the total number of humans living in a certain area. As a result of the rapid population growth, there is an equal rapid reduction of natural resources which leads to deforestation, loss of biodiversity, and global warming. Forests are cleared to provide shelters, infrastructures, agriculture, lands, and various facilities for the increasing population. Hence, living organisms are exposed to threats such as problems in having raw water source and supply of clean water, increase of pollution and disease, and the extinction of various organisms among others.
Hmm.
Uh, 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 when the dif- uh, when the number of human resources such as trees increase, there will be a lot of deforestation activity. Uh, this will cause uh, the soil erosion. Uh, from science, from based on science, uh, when there is not enough tree, the rainwater will the soil cannot cannot tuh, cannot the soil cannot store uh, the water. So when there is no tree, there will be soil erosion and it will lead to landslide. That's all.
Ah, right. I very much agree with your opinion, Hazam. Though I also believe lackluster law enforcement is also to blame for this issue. To cite the previous example of the river pollution case, which had happened back in Sungai Semat. Am I correct? Now, in that case, the Department of Irrigation and Drainage, also known as DID, are unable to effectively enforce their guidelines to preserve the river buffers, as the jurisdiction of land falls under the control of the state government. This very murky distinction ends up making it very tough and very difficult for the governmental bodies to effectively carry out their responsibilities or to enforce certain laws which can help to preserve such river buffers, which will in turn help to preserve those mini habitats. Now, as if that isn't bad enough, to add salt to the injury, bribery is also an invisible but ever so impactful hurdle that doesn't seem to have an end. Those who have done the deed and have broken the law are almost immune to any form of punishment or reparations due to this prevalent form of invisible corruption among the government officials.
Hey, Azam, Teng, we cannot focus on human behavior alone because, as we know, pollution also occurs due to natural factors such as air pollution caused by volcanic eruptions in Indonesia last year and forest fires that have occurred in Australia. These two factors have caused our country to be affected negatively. For example, the occurrence of have which lasts for long periods of time. I still remember at that time our country had experienced such a long drought and caused many people to get sick.
Ah, well, That is true, Kelvin. Though, let us not discuss so much about all this doom and gloom. Let us move on to how can we actually solve all these cases. Because if we don't solve all these cases and let them be, they're never going to end. So, let us talk about one way which I am aware of, or should I say, one of the many ways I'm aware of to combat pollution, which is through government intervention. Now, in order to prove my point, I wish to give you a real life example. Now, are you both aware that Germany is actually one of the most successful countries in terms of recycling?
I'm aware of that.
Very well, Azam. Seems like you know what's happening around the world, eh? Now, for your information, Germany happens to recycle about two-thirds of their rubbish and waste. They are this successful partly because of the German government and all the policies regarding recycling that they implement. One such policy that they implement is the FAN system, which is spelled EFAND. Now, let me introduce to both of you what is the FAN system. Now, the fund system is actually a system whereby when a person purchases a bottle of drink from a store that is bottled within a plastic bottle, that plastic bottle, they will be required to pay a deposit of 25 cents euro. Now, when can they reclaim their deposit, you may ask? It is simple actually. Scattered throughout Germany, you will find many fun machines, which are strategically placed in order to make sure that all the German people are able to return those empty plastic bottles and recycle them. Once they insert all these, once they return all these empty plastic bottles back into the fund system, they shall be returned the 25 cents deposit. In this way, it will make sure that all the German citizens return all those empty recycled, to return all those empty plastic bottles to be recycled. This is simply because they do not wish to miss out on the compensation.
Wow, such a great idea from German government. I think our government should do the same as them. This will increase our people awareness on pollution on our
Exactly,
country.
Azam.
Yes, Azam.
Okay, so now let me talk for my opinion to overcome pollution. Okay, as we now live in modern era, or we can call technology era. So I think our government should I think our government should use the technology in a great way, such as uh, make green technology. So, do you guys know what is green technology?
Yes,
Hmm.
Azam.
I have heard of it, but I am not too sure what is it. Can you
Okay,
please
then.
explain a little bit about what is it?
Okay, then let me explain to you. Green technology refers to the development and application of products, equipment, and system to preserve the environment and nature while minimizing or reducing negative impacts of human activities. So, do you guys know example of green technology?
Oh, I think I know one of them. Is it the
Oh,
electric? I think I know one
yes.
of them. Is it the electric car?
Car is one of the example of green technology. So, as we know, electric car such as Tesla. they didn't use petrol oil. They used electric to make sure the car move. So we can reduce the the carbon dioxide gas. I think I also forgot what gas, but the gas that give negative impact to human, and the gas also make air pollution. By using the electric car, we can reduce the gas from spreading in the air. So besides the electric cars, solar energy also one of the green technology. So not solar energy. I'm sorry. Solar panels. So solar panels convert solar energy into electric energy for lighting inside the building. Uh, for water, there are uh, green technology water catchment system, which collect rainwater that can be used for plants watering and cleaning of toilets. So we can reproduce the water. So there will be no such as uh, there will be no problem like no water. Okay, understand?
Yes.
So the last thing for me, building materials. So do you guys know Cyberjaya Communities Recycling and Collection Center?
No, I'm not aware of it, Azam.
So this building, for your guys' information, this building is built from cans, from recycled cans.
Recycled cans.
Yes,
Very interesting.
yes. It's such a creative innovation from our government. So that's all for me.
I
Hmm.
see. But before that, could I also add on a little bit to the point that I have made earlier?
Yes, yes, you may.
I have mentioned about how government intervention can help to reduce pollution. And I have thought about it a little bit. We are talking about recycling so much right now. But are you actually aware of how much of the plastic bags are still thrown away, even though we keep on asking, even though people keep on advocating for the uh, for people to recycle plastic?
Oh, about that. Don't worry because our government uh, make an innovation which is biodegradable plastic bags. So this plastic bag can uh, can
Hmm. Though I understand what you are trying to say,
sorry.
Azam. Do you mean even though they throw away the plastic bag, because the plastic bag is made out of biodegradable ingredients,
Yes.
it ensures that the plastic bag will be able to be disintegrated naturally, and it does not require us to burn the plastic bags. Am I correct?
Yes, you're correct. Thank you, Teng,
Okay.
for helping me.
Uh, can I give my opinion?
Yes, yes, you may. Yes, you may.
Okay. Uh, I agree with both of your suggestion. For me, to deal with this problem, parent or school need to educate the children from an early age because childhood is the right time for us to educate uh, children. The school can teach on environmental issues, talk subjects taught in schools such as moral education, geography, and other. For parents, they can give like punishment to children who likes to pollute the environment. This should be listened to the children and believe believe me, they will not repeat it again. Therefore, children's age is the right time to be educated, and they will be more knowledge about environmental issues. We also need to remember that we educate our children not to maintain a good name, but for the good of future generation as well.
Ah, very well said, Kelvin.
Thank
As
you,
a matter
Tang.
of fact, are the both of you aware of a very famous quote which was said by Mahatma Gandhi before this? Do you know what I'm referring to?
No, what is
No,
it
I
then?
don't very.
The quote that I'm referring to is Mahatma Gandhi has once said, we borrow what we are using right now, such as nature, from our future generation.
Mm.
Oh,
That is why we should always try to strive and protect the environment which we use right now.
Yes, I agree to you, Tang.
yeah, I agree with you also.
Very well. Huh. I believe I have class coming soon. This is the
Mm.
time for me to go, actually.
Oh, no
Okay,
problem. My mom also called
uh,
me.
it's such a it's so nice to speak with you two again.
Okay, thank you,
Okay, that's
Azam.
all.
Very well. Let us meet again sometime later. All right?
Okay then.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.